The UC Davis School of Law is partnering with the Humanizing Deportation project to share legal information with transit migrants who are seeking asylum or have been recently deported from the U.S. and hope to return.
Humanizing Deportation is a digital storytelling project. We produce testimonial audiovisual shorts which allow people to say kind of whatever they want to say, give whatever kind of message they want, tell whatever kind of story they think needs to be known from their personal experience related to deportation.
Some of these stories could help people get legal help or become the basis of a policy recommendation.
Humanizing Deportation project has been working in Mexico since 2017 to document the story of migrants. This project is intended to fight stereotypes and spread awareness of the problems migrants regularly face.
The project has captured the stories of hundreds of migrants to change the narrative surrounding voluntary and forced migration in Latin America and the U.S. In doing so, it has amplified the stories of migrants to inform U.S. and Mexico policy to properly take into account the ongoing humanitarian crisis in the U.S.-Mexico border.
For years, Tijuana has become a home to thousands of deported immigrants from the U.S., some who have chosen to remain in the border town to maintain contact with their families. During the past 2 years, tens of thousands of asylum seekers from Central America, Mexico, Venezuela, Haiti, and Cameroon, and other parts of the world have been forced to wait in Mexico for an opportunity to present their case of persecution to U.S. officials based on policies such as Remain in Mexico or Title 42 that have continued under President Biden.
Many transit and deported migrants rely on shelters for housing and food while they wait to make plans for the future, and most lack basic legal information about avenues that may be available for them to seek protection from persecution and reunify with their families. This is especially true for transit migrants who face a shifting and obscure landscape that prevents them from making informed decisions in the face of impossible choices.
I'm one of the UC Davis Law students who will travel to Tijuana in March 2022 to visit 4 shelters where migrants stay. Our goal in Tijuana will be to listen and document migrant stories and provide them with as much information as possible about the legal landscape they face. Upon our return, we hope to shed light on their stories and raise awareness and consciousness in the U.S. about the ill effects immigration policies are having at the border.
All student travel has been funded by the UC Davis School of Law, the UC Davis Office of Scholarship and Engagement, the UC Davis Academic Senate, and the UC Davis Global Migration Center. But we are seeking donations for shelters that assist migrants at the border.
Migrants regularly face robberies, extortion, sexual assault, rape, and murder during their travel. These shelters provide safe places to sleep, eat, and access resources, making the difference between life and death for those facing dislocation. It is crucial to fund those who provide food, shelter, and safety to migrants, especially during a global pandemic. Therefore, we are asking for donations for those working tirelessly towards these goals.
We will be visiting 4 shelters: Casa de la Oración del Migrante, Movimiento Juventud 2000, Al Otro Lado, and Borderline Crisis Center. Casa de la Oración del Migrante is a shelter for men only. The shelter collects donations of blankets, canned goods, personal hygiene items, and other items to provide the migrant men. Movimiento Juventud 2000 is a large shelter for families and asylum seekers, fitting up to 175 people in a space with a capacity of 150 people.
Al Otro Lado is a binational advocacy and legal aid organization providing holistic legal and humanitarian support to refugees, deportees, and other migrants in the U.S. and Tijuana. Borderline Crisis Center is a small shelter for families of asylum seekers. The organization focuses on the transit migrant and deported population, providing shelter and both psychological and legal resources.